Coffee with the Coach with head coach and general manager Kevin Hasselberg, and we had a nice little road trip up north, Grand Prairie and Whitecourt. We'll start off with Friday night's game in Grand Prairie. Got the result we needed, got 2 points.
Yeah, we had a slow start to that game, but Ozzy was very good in the net and gave us some timely saves, and we got our feet going after that and squeaked out a win. I think there was 18 seconds left in the game when we scored on the power play. Unfamiliar face on the power play in the back end, and Keanu Robinson, and he had a big night for us, scoring 2 goals. And so a lot of good things happen in that hockey game. Momentum builders, you can call them. Maybe the game was a little sloppy at times, but the guys got the results and would have felt good about themselves after that one.
Well, it was interesting, too, because we were doing the broadcast, and then they decided they were going to add an extra 10 seconds, and they took it off. And it was a lot of fun, but it was a good win that we needed to get on the road. The next game against the Whitecourt Wolverines was not the result we were looking for. Got to give a lot of credit to Whitecourt. They worked hard in that game.
Yeah, I thought even Grand Prairie, they're very high-pressure hockey teams. They put a lot of or take away time and space really quickly and play physical. Whitecourt's rink is a unique facility. It's small, so they scored timely goals on us, and it's really hard to play catch-up in a hockey game. We found, especially with this group this year, and we just couldn't get ourselves out of a hole. We had some good looks, had some good opportunities. Their goaltender made some big saves. So it's a work in process, and certainly the effort and the determination was there. The execution wasn't, and we came up short.
Well, and you got to give credit. Oslin played both games this weekend and looked solid out there. Looked like a veteran goaltender. Yeah,
he made some big saves again in that second game as well, and I think just that relentless pressure and some tough missed assignments by our guys gave up some pretty good looks for their hockey team that obviously even a 4-year veteran goaltender that's got a scholarship would challenge to make saves on. So that's the way the game goes, and it was a tough defeat for us, but we'll bounce back here this week and get ready to go for Camrose.
And that's kind of the unique thing we have this week as well, is because we don't have a game until Saturday. So we actually have a complete week in January, which is very odd because this is crunch time when you've got a lot of games that you have very, very quickly. So it's kind of nice to get that little bit of a break.
Yeah, we need the time. We need the time to heal some wounds that might be still there, that have had Band-Aids put on them. And we need to have meetings. We need to reset after Christmas break. It was a short Christmas break. Guys were right back, shortly before the New Year's there to play in Camrose, and it's been up and down. We're 1-2, so there's some adversity there already for us, and you never know when it's going to hit. We've had adversity in November, coming into December. We left Christmas on a high with a 3-game winning streak, and here we are back on that bit of a roller coaster ride. So we got to plateau a little bit and get off of that peak and valley ride and just get back into establishing a clear and precise process and continue to get better every single game.
We won't talk about Drumheller and the trade deadline by any means, but we're going to talk about the trade deadline in general. January 10th is coming up, and it's going to be, I think, very busy, not just in the Alberta League, but across the country. Yeah,
it's always busy with making calls and reaching out to teams. The challenge in days like this and events like this is the significance and the value and the overvalue that's put on players by your own teams, and you always go into it not wanting to lose a trade, and some people go into it wanting to win a trade, and I think that at the end of the day we kind of got to push all that aside and make sure we're doing what's best, not only for the organization, for the players, but for the team. And that's the way we approach it. It's not just a knee-jerk reaction when it comes to making transactions. There's a lot of big pieces in play that have to fit, and when the puzzle comes together and it makes sense for both teams, that's when something happens. So there's always a lot of talk, and no different that at all levels of play. Sometimes there's a lot of action at the conclusion of it, and sometimes there isn't. So it's a very difficult thing to predict, but certainly the phones are ringing, and everybody's working relentlessly to try and improve their rosters, as are we, and we'll see where everything falls on January 10th.
All right, January 11th is our next game against the Camrose Kodiaks. This is the opportunity. These are the guys that are chasing us right now in the standings. We've got to take care of this game.
Yeah, it's a big one for us. We fell short the last 2 times we played. Went down 3-0 and lost that game in Camrose. We went down 5-0 to them early in a game pre-Christmas. Clawed our way back to a 5-4 defeat in that one. But it's a very well coached, structured team. Very predictable, but they take care of the details, making it very difficult to play against. They're big, they're physical. They have some offense and some key weapons there, and they're getting contributions throughout the lineup. So things are coming together for the Kodiaks, and certainly we're going to have to be at our best to win that hockey game. And that's the bonus of having a week of preparation, is that we can take care of those details here and go into Camrose, playing our best and giving us a chance to win that hockey game.
Excellent. Well, it should be a fun week of hockey again. Thanks a lot for this, Kevin, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, thank you, Jay.